So hey guys, I'm Heather and this is Cosby Cam Farms. If you're new here, what we're doing today is finding actually where we're going to put Kimmy's A-frame. Welcome back to all of you that watch and support us. We greatly appreciate you. I have 73 acres here in northern Idaho. I bought a sawmill 3 years ago and this property, and we've started homesteading it.
Hi, and I'm Kimmy. Heather invited me along to join her on this homesteading journey, and I'm super excited to be here.
And we've been best friends since we were 18 years old in the military together.
So we're like sisters.
Exactly. So come on, let's go find a place to build our house. So where we're starting this hunt is at the very northwest corner of the goat and garden area from over where my house is at. This is 200 feet. This is a 200 by 200 fenced in area that we are clearing for pasture and garden space. So that's what this post is the northwest corner of that.
So we get to go through the great wilderness now. This is uncultivated land.
Yeah.
Nothing has been done with it, so it's a little bit treacherous.
Oh, a deer. It's probably been the guy that's been eating my tomato plants.
But he's so cute.
He's really young. She still has her spots. So that's a pretty young one. But so I think what we had in mind was to put Kimmy's A-frame on the other side of this fence here. And, you know, that way she can access out her door and come into the pasture garden area also. And we would have about 300 feet in between the two houses. So it's pretty thick back there. It's really beautiful, but I do know that there is a critter trail that maybe we can walk through and go look in that area.
Woo!
It's treacherous. You have to jump, Justin. Go over this. Over. And a good boy. Look at you.
So this area along the fence line was cleared, what, 2 years ago?
Yeah, it's been 2 years.
So it's kind of growing up.
So this area on the right-hand side will eventually just be all pasture.
That's in here.
For the sheep to graze in. Sorry, buddy. And we'll fix this fence. It's a little wobbly. We'll straighten it out and create a gate or whatever. And then this will all be pasture right here. So it'll be opened up.
So we've hit the other corner of the 200 by 200.
This is the southwest corner. Sorry, northeast corner.
I was going to say, I thought that was east.
And behind, we can't really go much more east because there's a big pipeline. So,
And it's all uphill.
it's all uphill, but you can't build on it. So it's not anything that we would be able to build on anyway. So this is a critter trail that elk have traveled before we put a fence in. But I'm kind of thinking in this area right here, we could clear it out. There would be so much privacy. There'd be blockage from the north wind. There's a bunch of trees that have to be cut down, but we could literally just clear out a space and build the house. So, can you talk about what kind of house we've been thinking? Justin's so excited to go for a walk, he can't even see straight.
So what I've been looking at, I've had my eye on an A-frame. I think they're just absolutely stunning. I love the style of them, and I really don't need a whole lot of space for myself. My goal is maybe 900 square feet, 8 to 1,000 at the very max. And so this would just be a little place just for me and a dog, a companion down the road.
I'm at right here. there's enough trees that could maybe stay, that could give some southern blockage. It's still pretty sloping, but it's not really bad. So we would have to clear out some trees so that the view would still be there of the lake. But I think this actually would be a really good spot. I know it's going to be really hard to tell where we're at on the video. But it looks like there's another open spot a little bit further. So let's go look at that. What's in there, buddy? So this area was actually one of the other areas that I looked to build my house. And I would say we're a minimum of 1,000 feet into the property. Probably a bit more than that. But it's just gorgeous back here. It's a little bit flatter right here in this area.
Which would make it easier to build.
It would make it a lot easier to build, and the one thing that we would not be able to do would be drive your vehicle over here. So we would have to do some kind of trail that you could ride a side-by-side on or something like that, and you'd be parking over at my house and then riding your side-by-side here.
Which I think is totally doable.
This is a really, really nice flat spot.
Beautiful.
So, and it's just gorgeous. I mean, look at that. It's like a park. It's beautiful. It could be easily cleaned up. There's a couple of good-sized trees, some birches. That's a fir. That's a fir. That's a fir. It's another really big birch. So, I mean, again, we'd still have to clear some stuff there. But this has some really nice big trees here around it. And enough to clear out that little stuff that we could clear out so we're not taking down a bunch of big trees.
Right. This is beautiful. Guys, it's so peaceful out here. Wish you could actually be here right next to us.
So I can still, through the trees, I can see the lake. So there would just be a little bit of clearing there and you would still get views. Wow, look at that humongous tree. That's a fir back there. Look at the girth on that guy.
Wow. The camera doesn't even show really how big it is, but it's big.
I mean, that's probably over 100 feet tall. Probably like 150, 100. I don't know how tall firs get, but that's a really tall.
And the base is pretty big. There's no way we can hug around it.
Yeah, could not hug it and touch hands on it.
Not even if both of us were trying to do it.
So, I mean, but you can tell this is pretty flat right here. And, you know, we're not that far, but look how private this is. This feels right here. You don't even feel like you're anywhere near.
Well, the nice thing about this is it's a little bit further back than the actual garden. So then we don't have the animals smell.
Right. Kim's concerned about the animal smell.
Well, nothing like coming out and drinking your coffee and smelling manure.
But you don't. When you clean it up, you don't.
Yeah.
So, and if you're composting correctly, you do not smell it. It's not
like cows.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not like a cow lot or a pig lot or anything like that. So,
yeah, it's so pretty.
This is basically where I was kind of thinking, and then just clearing up all this underbrush and This would be a roofing area. When we looked, this was, if Victor was going to build over there, I was building over here.
Yeah, this is nice.
And there's still a whole lot of property going north. So, would not be up on anybody. Because we are talking about doing Airbnbs on the very north side eventually someday. Probably like 10 years from now. But, I mean, you think about just if you took down all this lower underbrush, how much that would clear up, and you just left these really big established trees, you could very quickly have a clear space right here with taking down the minimal, same over there, the minimal amount of trees. And making it like a little park.
It is absolutely so peaceful.
And you can hear the train from here, and, you know, honestly, we look forward to hear the train when it goes by. It's like, oh, there goes a train. It's not that horrible. I never thought that I would live near a train track. So it was like one of my big no's. Not going to live near a train track. Basically, you're getting an echo of the train. So it sounds closer than it actually is. But it really doesn't bother me. I don't hear it anymore.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't even notice it anymore.
So this is gorgeous. The one thing that we do have to worry about, we have not seen any bears. We do have a cougar. We do have bobcats, weasels, of course deer and elk. Somebody did spot a moose one time a few years ago up here, one of the neighbors. I have yet to see them. So, you know, definitely putting in some motion sensor lighting and stuff like that. We would have to do something else for electricity back here, some solar panels up high or whatever, because if you don't, you really want southern exposure for your solar panels when in the winter time, because the sun sets more over to the south, and so that would be an issue in this area. But most likely a wind turbine would go up over here. We get a lot of breeze, especially in the wintertime here. So
right.
That's a really big deal. We could put panels probably up on the pipeline,
ooh,
which is just right there, and
just right up
run
that hill.
it down here. So that's also a thought. I'd have to check with the pipeline guys, but there is a pretty flat space that we could put something up there. So that's a thought process that we would really have to think about. But in general, this was kind of the space that we were thinking about when we were talking about building an A-frame. Or even just like a cabin to have out to hike out to, a dry cabin kind of thing. So.
All right, guys, so if you were going to be building out here a small house, what would you build? What's your choice of house? Put it down in the comments below. I'd like to know what your thoughts are. I'm not stuck on one thing, but I do want to research other things. So just throw out ideas.
Yeah. And I would say personally a minimum of 700 square feet.
Mm-hmm.
I really think even something just a little bit bigger than that. I personally would think probably 1,000 square feet, just because, especially with an A-frame, when your base is a certain size, you want your upstairs part to be also a certain size. So
that's what I was guessing. 8 to 1,000 is what I was hoping for.
So I think you could get everything that you needed in that space, especially since there'll be a big barndominium right over there. So if you needed any extra space, and you know, with the driveway not being able to come back here, we kind of have to think of things like, you know, wood storage and firewood and where you put it, because it's all going to have to be trucked kind of back here with a side-by-side or a four-wheeler, because we're just not, personally, I don't want a driveway to go across the front of my house, so that's really what it is, and we'd want to disturb the least amount over here. So
it would be...
I think having a side-by-side with a wagon, we could pull that stuff back here with no problem. And then in the wintertime have, I have a friend who has a four-wheeler that has a laid on the front of it to push snow. So I think that would totally be fine.
So now we need to get a sponsorship for a side-by-side.
Yeah, so if you know anybody,
hit us up.
Right?
We'd be happy to do a really nice commercial on it, on how lovely it is.
It's just so beautiful back here, and it's very private and very quiet and very
tranquil.
Yeah, it's very tranquil. So, you know, even if Kimmy gets married and moves away, it would still be a really fun cabin to have for friends coming to visit or something like that. So, I think this is a really good spot.
Yeah.
You know, and my son pumps out all those grandbabies.
Exactly.
I guess it's my daughter-in-law doing that. But having I think this is really a good spot.
I like it a lot.
It's mostly firs here. I'm not really seeing any pine. So we have firs and we have birch.
Birch means there's water close by.
Yeah. I mean, that's a pretty big birch right there for this area. I think this is
it's right there.
Some kind of maple. I'm not
I don't know
really
if I can
sure.
show you right there.
But it'd be real easy to clear this space.
Absolutely.
And then just start building on it.
I mean, heck, if we can clear the space that we've been clearing.
Yeah. Well, these would have to come down and then just cut it up into firewood and stack it. We're not hauling any of that out.
That tree is just so big.
I know. Let's see if we can get closer to it.
Yeah. I'll let you go in front.
Just stepped on Justin. This is, you can see the critters walking here. They walk that way. Come here, buddy.
It's attacking you.
Don't find me, tree. Up. You see him jump like Lassie?
I don't know if we got that.
I know, buddy. It's happening. It's getting you.
Ooh, he's big.
It's a big tree. It's a big old tree.
Look at
Got
this.
brown on the ends too.
Look at this interesting plant. Huh.
Something has killed out a couple of my fir trees, and I don't really know what it is and why.
Here comes that wind. What is that we found?
Well, I think it's a hawk.
Look at that. That is so
Super
cool.
pretty. There's only one, so I guess he lost it in flight, maybe? They shed.
Justin, you having a good time, buddy? Now you put your butt to my face.
Look at the camera.
What was that?
He came back for his feather. He's like, dang, they got it.
Man, that was a big bird.
Big bird.
Ooh, Heather, look. I found the perfect firewood tree.
Yeah?
Right there.
That's the Charlie Brown Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Hi guys, so we want to bring awareness to the month of September is Suicide Prevention Month. This is something that is very near and dear to my heart as my mother committed suicide in 2000. So we will be participating in a walk that will happen on September 4th in Sandpoint, and Darcy's going to actually make some shirts that we're going to sell, and all the proceeds for those shirts will go to this Walk for Hope. Okay guys, thanks for hiking around with us. I hope this was a fun video for you to watch, and
It was fun for us to make.
it really was. So if you haven't, make sure you subscribe, come back and watch. We've got a lot of things happening here in the future on the homestead. We've got this A-frame build, a barn garage build, my house to build. We're finishing the shipping container tiny home, and we'd love for you guys to follow our journey. So thanks for hanging out with us. Bye.
Bye.
Oh wait, Kimmy has a channel.
I do. Oh yes, come on over. So Waking Up Country, we have a lot of bee footage, but it's all about city girl learning country life. So I'd love for you to come over. Waking Up Country.
All right. Bye guys. The link is in the description.
The Walk for Hope is September the 5th. Correction.
Okay.
The Walk for Hope is September the 4th at 5 p.m. down in Sandpoint, and we will put a link in the description if you want to join in on.
We really hope that if you live around here or you can get to this, that you would participate in this walk with us, and if not with us, that you can find one near you that you can participate in, because the more awareness that we can bring to suicide prevention and help people that are in that space that believe that that's the only option that they have, the better. So come along with us and help support a really good cause. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Bye.